Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here, and it's time to talk about Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, the Egypt arc, episode 45, I believe this one is. Dio's World, part 1. He's finally here. The build-up is done. This is Dio, and he is not disappointing so far. A couple of things I just want to get out of the way right away. The Nuku Suku vampire, whatever his name is, guy, not as filler as I originally perceived him to be. You could still cut him out, but they do use him to find Dio's room, and he is used to effect in terms of showing an example of Dio's abilities, which are still a mystery to the characters. And so, yeah, I mean, he is used as an example for Dio's abilities, and he does guide them trapped in like a bag, which where'd they get a bag from? Total nitpick, but like that was kind of weird. They just found it, but yeah, I mean, the character was utilized, so he wasn't as filler as I originally perceived. I can backpedal that criticism a bit. Still could have probably cut the character out altogether, but still, he's utilized. Can't knock it too hard, but whatever. And the other thing I want to mention is the senator that Dio gets driving this car. Way too much dialogue from this guy. Like, he seemed so randomly, like, characterized for some reason. Not a big deal at all. It's a nitpick once again, but just so strange how this guy was just like, I'm fucking got a fucking supermodel wife, and I'm a senator, and I fucking graduated high school and college and blah blah blah, and wrestling team, and it's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, why? Like, who the fuck are you? Why should I, like, this is so random, but yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm just dreaming or whatever. It's like, why is this guy like a character? It's so weird, but yeah, kind of just a nitpick, but that was kind of weird, kind of ate up some time in the episode, but the episode overall had actually very good pacing. So, Dio, we see WARUDO, we get the Mudas, and it's just, the way they're animating this is really awesome. We see a character, he jumps out of the car window, and all of a sudden he's back inside, and this, the way they animate it, really quick. They're not giving away what Dio's doing. Same thing with Polnareff, same thing with little vampire dude being inside of the casket. It's very cool. We see the group split up. We got Kakyoin and Joseph, we got Jotaro and Polnareff, which I love Jotaro and Polnareff together. I think they're a really good combination. And yeah, Kakyoin has got a lot of stuff. Like, he's really, like, Polnareff tells them that Avdol and Iggy died, and they're like, fuck, you know, that sucks. You know, they're keeping it to themselves. They're not crying. They're not freaking out. They're just very, like, fuck, you know. And Polnareff's just really mad about it. He's really emotional about this. And he's like, no, I can't run from Dio. And their plan is, you know, we gotta run, because they'll just fuck us over, because we don't know what his abilities are. But Kakyoin is, like, kind of on Polnareff's side. Like, he's running, but he really wants to stand up to Dio, it seems like. And he finally does take a stand at the end of the episode. But we get a really cool car chase with WARUDO and Hierophant Green having a little skirmish outside, slamming into the light poles. Great animation throughout the episode. Dio's abilities, once again, very well portrayed in terms of animation. Dio's dialogue and just seeing his face finally in full is very cool. Almost surreal. Like, we just haven't seen him in so long, and suddenly we just see his face in full, and it's just like, wow, this is Dio. This is happening right now. This is the big thing. We see the world. WARUDO, that, you know, it's just really awesome. Jotaro and Polnareff end up stealing a motorcycle, and they're probably going to go, you know, do their thing, go on the offensive. And now we have Kakyoin and Joseph taking a stand against Dio, so let's have to see what happens. But yeah, the pacing was great, the animation was fantastic, the story progression, it felt like things were happening. The encounter with Dio has really gotten going, you know, things are really going down in the city. It's nighttime, Dio can just do whatever he wants because the sun's set. So yeah, very, very, very cool episode. I'd probably give it, like an 8 to 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great episode of Jojo. Finally seeing the main villain in action, the fight actually progressed, the group split up, things are happening. The animation was phenomenal, the pacing was quite good. A couple of problems I had in the previous episode, like, you know, what's his name being kind of fillerish, that's kind of, you know, fixed in this episode. So yeah, I think it's a great episode of Jojo. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only other thing I'll say is I do know what WARUDO can do. I do know what its power is besides being... Oh, and they're also figuring out that WARUDO is like a close range stand of about 10 meters. They still know what his powers are, but they know it's a power-based stand that doesn't use any ranged attacks. So they're even like studying it as they're running from him. So that's really cool. And yeah, like I said, Catcoin takes a stand. Catcoin's getting some good characterization, wanting to, stand up to Dio. Polnareff being the only character who's really passionate about all this, and he's not trying to bottle up the anger about the characters dying, like Iggy and Avdol. I think that's cool. But yeah, really nothing else to say. I just like, what they're doing with the animation. I like what they're doing with this whole little arc. The music was great, as always. Definitely excited to see what happens. I definitely think it's going to be really cool. So, yeah, great start to this last arc of Stardust Crusaders with Dio. Definitely looking forward to next week. Definitely looking forward to see what Catcoin's going to do, especially how he got shafted against Darby. So, yeah, like he couldn't even win a race. Like, really, bro? Couldn't even win a race? But, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, in the comments below. And follow me on Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Not yet. Forgot to mention something pretty important. For throughout the entire month of June, I'm going to be doing something kind of special. I'm going to be doing an Avatar month. The anime, at least I consider an anime, Avatar The Last Airbender and the entire franchise. Because 2015 marks the 10th anniversary of when the series started in 2005. No, I can't believe it's been that long, and yes, I do feel very old. But yes, Avatar The Last Airbender is officially 10 years old this year, and to celebrate, I'm going to be reviewing all of the series. Not episode by episode, but I'll be reviewing the original 3 seasons of The Last Airbender, the 4 seasons of Korra, just overall thoughts, because I did do all the episodes individually, of course, but just overall thoughts of each season in a review form. The different comic books, which I've never read before, The Search, The Promise, I think there's one called The Rift or something like that. All the main things of the franchise that I know for sure are most likely canon, and that are, of relevance to the story. There's some other little miscellaneous comic book chapters or whatever, but I'm talking about the big stuff. But yeah, I think it'll be really fun. And yeah, so you can click one of these videos to see my previous JoJo's Bizarre Adventure review, since I haven't made a video in a week. Sorry about that. And you can also see a recommended video that I don't know what it's going to be at the moment in the other spot. Rate this video if you would please, and remember to subscribe if you liked what you saw, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.